Hello students, welcome you all to the online class. I'm your computer science teacher. So today we are going to see the second lesson, okay? Unit 2 strings in Python, okay? So you'll be having a computer science exam. So in your previous lesson you would have studied, yes, how strings are represented. It will be represented in the form of quotes, either in double quotes or single quotes, okay? So next we'll see how to initialize these strings, okay? A literal or constant value can be assigned to a string using a single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes, okay? How strings will be represented by using single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes, okay? Next we'll see one example how to enclose the string in single quotes, okay? See this code, children. Print within single quotes it is written I like Python, okay? See the output window, how it is presented. Only the text which is presented inside the single quotes is printed here. Yes, I like Python, okay? Next see the second example, code, how it is printed. Print within single quotes it is mentioned that I borrowed Tim's pen. Here we have used backslash. Are you able to see? Okay, see the output window, what it is presented. I borrowed Tim's pen. Okay, the backslash is deleted, okay? So it is not getting printed in the output window. See this text as shown in example 2. To include the single quote within the string, it should be preceded by a backslash. Okay, backslash is used as an escape sequence. Okay, an escape sequence is a special character that has a specific function. Here the backslash escapes the single quote within the string from termination. See why we are using backslash here? It denotes the escape sequence. Why are you using this escape sequence? Because it denotes that the string from termination without terminating. Okay, we are using backslash in order to denote the string without termination, okay? So these are the strings which is represented in single quotes, okay? Next we'll see other example which represents the string in double quotes, okay? So see here, print within double quotes it is written that programming is fun. So the output window, what it is presented, programming is fun. The things which is presented inside the double quotes is typed in the output window, okay? Next we see one example for denoting the string in triple quotes, okay? See this example for code, life within triple quotes backslash, live as if you are to die tomorrow, learn as if you are to live forever, okay? Here it is getting terminated with the backslash in single quotes, double quotes, okay? So the lines are represented here, right? Lines MK Gandhi. Triple quotes are used when the text is multi-line. Here the text is multi-line, okay? Live as if we are to die tomorrow, learn as if we are to live tomorrow. This is one particular line and the second line is MK Gandhi. So here we are using the triple quotes in order to represent the multi-line, okay? Next we'll see storing strings in variables. What is variable? Variable is nothing but the data which stores the value, okay? In the following example, a1 and a2 are the variables which stores strings, okay? Here a1 is equal to within double quotes hello, a2 is equal to within double quotes world, okay? See this example code, a1 is equal to hello, a2 is equal to world. Here you are going to print a1 variable and a2 variable. Here you are going to print the strings which are presented in the a1 and a2 variables, okay? See the output window, what it is presented, hello. Hello is stored in the a1 variable whereas world is stored in the a2 variable, okay? So the output window prints hello in one variable and the world in the other variable, okay? So this is how you are going to store the strings in variables, okay? Let's go to the next topic, finding the length of a string. Here what is the syntax? Len within bracket string. This is the syntax for the denoting the length of the string. Will return the length of the string variable. See this code, a string is equal to hello world which is represented in the double quotes. Here you are going to print the len within brackets a string, which means you are going to print the length of the a string variable. In a string variable, what it is presented? Hello world. Okay, so here it is going to return 12, which is nothing but the total length of the string hello world. See children, here 12 is nothing but the total length of the string, which includes the punctuations and spaces. Okay, hello space world is there, right? So it is going to print 12, HELLO space WORLD. So it is going to return the 12. Okay, print length a string will display the length of the string value that is stored in the variable a string. So the result is 12 because hello world is 12 characters long, including punctuation and spaces. Here apostrophe is there, right? Hello world, so it is also going to be counted. Okay, so the total length is 12. Okay, this is about finding the length of the string. Clear children? Okay, next we'll move on to index value. Index within brackets, this is the syntax for the index. Okay, index bracket, okay, function is used to find the location or position of a character in a string variable. If there are more occurrences of the same character, then the index will recognize the first occurrence of the character in the string. See, this index value is going to find the location or position of a character in a string variable. Here see this example, A1 is a variable. Here it is going to store the string hello world in double quotes. Okay, here we are going to print the syntax A1 dot index within bracket in the double quotes L, which means we are going to find the occurrence of the L, okay, in this string hello world. Okay, if there are more occurrences of the same character, which means L is presented 3 times in this hello world string, isn't it? So it is going to recognize the first occurrence of the character. Where this L is presented first, it is going to count the first occurrence. Okay, see this output window, it has written 2. See these 2 observations in this result. The result is 2. Why it is printed 2? Because hello, in this hello world string, where is L presented? In the third data, yes, in the third alphabet L is presented, but here it is printed 2. Why means, see, the result is 2 because the location of the first occurrence of the L is 2 characters away from the first character. If we are to find the location of the letter L, since there are actually 3 L's in this phrase, in this hello world phrase, how many L's are present? 3 L's. This method only recognizes the first occurrence. Okay, so it is printing 2. Already I have told you it has printed 2. Why it is not written 3? Because it did not print out 3. Why? Because to make things more simple, Python and most other programming languages start things at 0 instead of 1. So if we are counting manually hello world L, H is 1, E is 2 and L is 3, right? Likewise we are counting, but whereas in Python language it is going to count from 0. Okay, so see this tabular column, hello world, H is 0, E is 1 and L is 2. So it is going to return 2 in hello world string where L is presented 2. Okay, H is 0, E is 1 and L is 2. So it has written 2. Okay, so here index function is used to find the location of the L, okay, L value in the string hello world. So L is presented in the 2. Index position of L is 2. So it has written 2. Clear children? Okay, so this is about this topic. Next we'll see the count function. Count function is used to count the number of characters in a string. See this example, A1 is the variable. Here it is going to store the hello world string. Print A1 dot count within bracket O is presented. Yes, so 2. It is going to return 2 because O is presented twice in this hello world string, because this count function is used to count the number of the characters. Here we are going to print the O characters, okay, in this string. So O is presented twice in this hello world, so it is going to return 2. Okay, count function is used to count the number of the characters in a string. Here in this example, O is presented twice, so it is going to print 2 in the output window. Okay, children. So this is about this count function. Next we'll see slicing strings. What is slicing strings? You can print or slice a string and take out the characters using the index. Here in Python we are going to use the index, okay, in order to slice the string, which means separate, which means slice a particular string. Okay, see, in Python we are using index in order to slice a string, which means separating a particular string and take out the remaining characters. Okay, see this example so that it will be clear for you. See, A1 is the variable. Here it is going to store the hello world string in double quotes. Print A1 within index. Index is represented, how it is represented? In brackets, okay, square brackets. Okay, A1 in square brackets 3:7, which means it is going to print from the third character. Okay, third character till 7th character. See this output window, LO space W. This prints a slice of the string starting at index 3. What is index 3? H is 0, E is 1, 2 is L. Okay, and it leaves the first 3 characters, 0 to 2 it will leave, and it starts at the third character, third index, which is L. So it is printed L O. It slices the index value. Okay, it slices the string. Okay, 3. So L O space W. Okay, and ending at index 6. Why it is not printed O? Because it ends at 7th index, which is nothing but O. W O. O is the 7th index. See here, the 7th index O represents the -1 of the specified ending number. So here it is presenting LO space W, which means it leaves the first 3 characters 0, 1, 2. So it starts from third index, so which is nothing but LO, and it leaves the 7th index, which represents the -1. Ending index is -1. So it prints the character before the ending index, which is nothing but W. Okay, so see this example. Let me repeat it for you. Slicing strings is nothing but it can print or slice a string and take out the characters using the index. In this example we have mentioned to print 3:7. So it leaves the first 3 characters and starts to print at the 4th character, which is nothing but L O space W. Okay, because why it is printed W? Here the O represents the 7th index, which is nothing but -1 ending number. Okay, this is about slicing strings. Clear, children? So next we'll move on to reversing strings. Okay, there is no string reverse function, but you can easily reverse a string using the slice index as shown below. See this example. A1 is a variable which stores the double quotes hello world string. Print A1 within square bracket is 2, which is nothing but -1. Okay, so which is nothing but, which denotes the reverse string. Here in Python there is no particular reverse string function, but using this slice index function we can reverse the given string. Here it is presented in the reverse form. See this output window result. Hello world is presented in the reverse format. Okay, hello world is presented like apostrophe DLROW space OLLEH. Okay, there is no particular reverse function, but we can use the slice index for reversing the string. So for this the function is A1 within square bracket, okay, is to -1, which denotes the ending sequence. Okay, within brackets. Okay, so next we will see how to convert the case. Okay, the upper and lower functions make a new string with all letters converted to uppercase and lowercase respectively. Here we have function, upper function and lower function, in order to change the new string with the letters converted to uppercase and lowercase. See this example. A1 is equal to hello world, which is presented in the double quotes. It is the string. A1 is the variable. Here the function we are using is print A1 dot upper within bracket, print A1 dot lower within bracket. Okay, so see this window, hello world. A1 variable, what it stores, hello world. Here we have used the function upper, which means this string is going to be printed in the uppercase letters. Here likewise print A1 dot lower. Here it is going to print the string in the lower case. Hello world is printed in the lower case. Okay, here to convert the case we are using upper and lower functions in order to print the string in uppercase and lower case. Clear children? So this is about converting case. Okay, next we'll move on to capitalize. What is capitalize? It returns the exact copy of the string with the first letter in uppercase. Okay, so it is going to return the exact copy what we are going to store in the string. It returns the same string, but the only thing is that the first letter will be presented in uppercase if we use this capitalize function. See this example, it will be clear for you. A1 is equal to hello. Hello is mentioned in the double quotes. A1 is the variable. Here we are going to use the capitalize function. How it is represented? See, print within brackets A1 dot capitalize function in the brackets. Okay, so it is going to print hello. H is the uppercase letter. See, A1 variable we have stored hello. H is the small letter. Okay, lower letter we have given in the input string, whereas in the output string how it is presented, H is the capital letter. So capitalize function is used to print the exact copy of the string, but the only thing is that it prints the string, the first letter in uppercase. Clear children? This is about capitalize. Okay, till this are you able to follow? Okay, next we'll see the last topic, how to concatenate. Okay, concatenate two or more string. What is concatenation generally? It is nothing but joining. Okay, so joining of two or more strings into a single one is called concatenation. Okay, so the plus operator does this in Python. Simply writing two strings literals together also concatenates them. See this example. Here str1 string 1 is the variable, str2 string 2 is the variable. String 1 stores hello string, string 2 stores world string. Here anything which is mentioned in the hash, okay, is a comment. Okay, what is comment? Anything which is mentioned in the hash is the comment. Here print, what is the function? str1 plus str2 is equal to in single quote. So it is mentioned as it is in the output window. See, str1 plus str2 equal to, it is presented as it is. Okay, so is equal to, you are going to use the addition operation for concatenation, which means joining the two strings str1 variable plus str2 variable. Okay, so it is presented hello world. Okay, hello is the single string, world is the other string. Here using the addition operation we are going to join the two strings hello world. Okay, clear children? So next multiplication operator we are using in Python in order to repeat the sequence. See this example, print str1 into 3. It is mentioned as it is in the output window. Okay, so str1 multiplication of 3, which means this hello world, hello is going to print str1 string. Hello is there, no? So hello is going to be printed thrice. Okay, so hello hello hello. Okay, clear children? So using addition operation we are going to join the string, concatenate the string. Okay, using multiplication operation we are going to repeat the string hello hello hello. Clear? So this is about concatenation of two or more strings. Okay. Next, the last topic in this lesson is repetition. Okay, the multiplication operator repeats the string value on one side of the operator, the number of times specified on the other side of the operator. Okay, see this example. str is the variable, hello is the string. So print within bracket 3. Okay, 3 is the repetition number we are going to give as the input into multiplication operator str, which means what is str variable? It shows the hello string. So hello is going to be printed thrice. Okay, it is going to print the repeating sequence of hello. So hello, hello, hello. Okay, the multiplication operator repeats the string value on one side of the operator, the number of times specified on the other side of the operator. Here the number of times we have mentioned is 3. Okay, so hello, hello, this is about repetition topic. Okay children, so this is about this whole lesson. Okay, so let me have a quick recap of this entire chapter children. Okay, this lesson is about strings in Python. What is strings? It is nothing but bits of text. Okay, so strings can be represented in single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes. Okay, first we have seen one example to represent the string in single quotes. I like Python. Next we have seen one example to represent the string in double quotes. Okay, programming is fun. We have also seen the string in backslash, which represents the escape sequence. Okay, so next we have seen one example to represent the string in triple quotes. Okay, so in order to mention the 2 lines, we are using triple quotes. Okay, next we have seen one example to store the strings in variables, hello world. Okay, so next we have seen one function len within bracket string, which is going to find the length of the total string. Okay, next we have seen about index value, which is nothing but the position or location of the character in a string variable. Here in this example we have seen the position of the L, which returns the 2. Also we have seen 2 observations. One is the occurrence L is 2 characters away from the first character. Next is Python represents the string, counts the string from 0. Okay, so that it has written 2 for the L character. Next we have seen one count function in order to count the number of the characters in a string. Here O is counted twice. Okay, next we have seen how to slice the string using the index, which is nothing but separating the particular string, separating the particular characters. Okay, next we have seen how to reverse the string. In Python we do not have any option to reverse the function, but we have option to reverse the string using the slice index. Okay, so next we have seen how to convert the case using upper and lower functions. It is going to print the uppercase and lowercase strings. Next we have seen how to capitalize the string. It is going to print the exact copy of the input string, but the only thing, it is going to display the first letter in the uppercase. Okay, see this example. Next we have seen how to concatenate the 2 or more string using the addition operation. We have also used multiplication operation in order to multiply the string. Okay, next we have seen how to repeat the string value. Okay, on one side of the operator the number of times should be mentioned. On the other side of the operator it stores the variable, okay, string. So it is going to print the variable thrice. Okay, so this is about this lesson children, strings. I have already uploaded the PDF. Okay, so read well for this exam. Okay children, thank you.